Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the HEP Podcast. I am your host, Chase Galloway, and I'm here with my co-host, Samuel Ward. I hope you have all had a good Christmas break. This is the 5th episode for the HEP Podcast, and we have not just one, but two special guests for today.
Our guests for today are our two science teachers, Miss Red and Miss Rothberg. We are very excited to have them on today as our guests.
But before we go to our interview, we have a couple of things to do. And starting with our announcements. The prom date is April 20th. The theme is going to be The Stars at the Night. It is going to be held from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. Hope to see most of y'all there.
Senior graduation is coming up very soon. The date is May 13th. This is a very important time for our seniors, as they will be saying goodbye to their friends from HEP when they start their adult lives.
Our annual ESA Walk for Hope is coming up very soon. The ESA members will do a charity run to help Camp Hope, which is a foundation that helps veterans with PTSD. The Walk for Hope will be held on April 29th.
Spring break is also coming up. Spring break is always fun for students so they can get a well-deserved rest from school. And this year's spring break will be March 13th through 17th.
Our last announcement for today is something special our journalism crew has been working on for quite a while now. HEP now has its own official school website for anything HEP related news, and we've been working on it for a very long time over the Christmas break. The URL is hepnews.org, and if you go on there, you can find any of the news articles that we have written, as well as any of the podcasts that have been uploaded to YouTube.
Well, Chase, I would say I'm personally very excited for the newspaper. But before today's interview, we're going to play a little game.
What's up, y'all? So today we're going to be playing the podcast game for today. It's called 2 Cents. I would love to introduce the players of this game. So it's going to include the journalism team. So I got Kristen.
Hi.
I got Anna.
Hi.
I got Sam.
What's up, guys?
I got
Hello.
Chase.
Hello.
And you got yours truly, Cammie. And I would love to pass the instructions on to Chase.
Okay, so 2 Cents. This is a fun card game. Basically, we have 2 decks of cards. We have scenarios and we have advice. So one person will draw a scenario card. This scenario card will have 7 words on them, and the person whose turn it is to pick the scenario will choose anywhere from 1 to 7 words to make a scenario. And then the other people who are basically trying to convince the judge to pick their card, they each get a card that has 7 words on it. And so basically, they have the card that has 7 words on it, and they have to make up a solution to someone's problem using 1 through 7 words. And when each word counts for a point, so if you make a solution with 4 of the words on the card in it, you will get 4 points. And the judge who made up the scenario will decide whose suggestion fits the best. All right? With all of that being said, I'm going to be going first. I will be picking a scenario. So the 7 words on my card are cat, faucet, voltage, behold, deadpan, classy, and wilderness.
Yes!
So,
Good words for that.
I will be picking a phrase, a problem, and the 4 of y'all, Sam, Anna, Kristen, Cammie, y'all are going to be giving me solutions to my problem. So my phrase is going to be,
You're going to say cat.
my cat gave me a deadpan stare because he said I wasn't being classy enough.
Pretty good.
Kristen? Or actually, we'll have Cammie do it first.
That's
Go
a
around.
scenario card.
Scenario. Good advice.
Jeez. Alright. What is on your card?
Okay, so my 7 words are stomach, juicy, mad cat, runaway, mischief, sickening, and flamboyant.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, I got Mad Cat, so I gotta go to him right here.
All right, well, let's hear it.
Can I hear you the scenario one more time so I can kind of like, process?
Okay. My cat gave me a deadpan stare because he said I wasn't being classy enough.
Oh God. Okay. I'm gonna think about this one.
Give it some time.
Okay.
Play some Jeopardy music in the background.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, so you're Mad Cat. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It was a runaway. Okay. Because you were way too mischievous. Okay.
So what should I do?
You should also run away. You should run
So
away from the problems.
that's one word.
I got Mad Cat, Runaway, and Mischief.
3.
That's 3.
So
That's
let
all
me
I
see
got
your
for that.
card. All right, Kristen.
My words are explode, candle, Botox, doctor,
Yes.
reflection,
Yes.
ultra, and suggestion.
Okay. Would you like to hear my question, or are you good? You got it.
My suggestion for how to deal with your cat is to light a candle
Yes.
and take your cat to the doctor so it can see its reflection in the ultralight mirror.
Okay. How many is that?
That was 5.
5.
No.
Candle, Doctor,
5.
Ultra.
5. Okay.
Nice.
All right, Anna. Would you like to hear the premise once again, or are you good?
I think I can get the gist of your
Okay.
cat being mad at you because you're not being classy enough.
Yeah. My cat's a snob. Okay. Read it out. What are your 7 words?
I think it's obscene, popcorn, delightful, midget swing, toothless, and jackhammer?
Okay. Would you like to do that card, or would you like another card?
I think I would buy another card.
Take another card. It's fine.
Puppet, surprise, election, captivated, long shot, roaring, and sister.
That good?
Yes.
Okay. So solve my problem about my cat.
I think your cat should be surprised with a puppet your sister used in an election to keep it captivated for a long period of time.
Okay. Samuel?
Okay.
Go Sam.
So
Okay.
the solution to your cat giving you a deadpan stare is you should apologize to your malignant cat before raging and doing graffiti.
Okay.
That's a good one.
I have to deliberate.
I mean, I know I'd pick Sam's.
Personally, yeah, it's between
Sam's and
Kristen and
Kristen.
Sam's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go with Samuel.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, I botched it because I could have gotten cooking pretzels in there too.
And is it my turn?
Yeah,
Are
it
we
is.
gonna do one more round? Okay, sure.
Cool.
Okay. Thank you all for tuning in to this game, and back to the podcast. All right. With all of that being said, let's get into our interview for today. Now let's go over to Kristen and Cami for our interview.
Alright. Hello, everybody. We would love to introduce Mrs. Red.
Hi.
She is one of the science teachers here at HEP. She teaches the biology and chemistry classes as well as the classical sciences.
Our interview today is different than normal. Today it will be a best friend quiz between Mrs. Red and Mrs. Rothberg to see who knows each other best.
Okay. So, first question I have for you, Mrs. Red, it's about Mrs. Rothberg. How long have you known her?
Probably 13 years? 12, 13 years, somewhere in there.
That's a long time. That's a long time.
Our second question about Mrs. Rothberg, what is her favorite hobby?
Oh, what a question. I know what she does. I don't know what her hobbies are, though. Because I know she teaches Bible study. I know she likes to go for facials. I know she used to work out a lot. She used to work out with a trainer. I don't know what her hobby. I don't know what a real hobby is. What she really does. No. Hangs out with her husband, probably.
So this next question may be easy, not entirely sure. But do you know Mrs. Rothberg's favorite TV show?
No idea.
I don't think there's a TV show called No Idea.
Well, I have no idea.
Okay. We'll see if this one's a little bit easier. What is her favorite restaurant to eat at?
Guys are so weird. I don't know that either.
Okay. How do you know how many how many grandkids Miss Rothberg has?
It's either 5 or 6.
Can you name each of them?
No.
Okay, how many can you name?
See, you put me on the spot here, because if you'd asked me, I hardly know my grandkids' names if you ask me now. I know Shifra because I see Shifra all the time. I can't think of the other ones. And I had them in class. That's what's so sad.
That's so cute.
I may come back to it. We can come back to that.
Okay.
Can you name Mrs. Rothberg's pets?
I don't think Miss Rothberg has any pets. Not that I know of.
That's something good to know.
Okay. This one's going to be either really hard or really easy. Do you know what Mrs. Rothberg's favorite band was in the 70s?
In the 70s?
Okay, we'll say favorite band overall.
In the 70s. I can't remember my favorite band in the 70s. I don't know what her favorite band was in the 70s. The only 70s band, let's see. Well, it depends on whether or not what she was into. Because in the 70s, it could have been Michael Jackson. Or it could have been Three Dog Night. So, no idea.
So, if Miss Rothberg had a superpower, do you know what superpower she...
Speed reading.
That was quick.
No hesitation, okay.
Is there a reason that you say speed reading?
Because she's an English teacher.
Oh.
And every time I talk to her, between she and Miss Jurin, they have a stack this big that they have to grade. Speed reading would come in really handy. Mm-hmm. She may not think about that, but that really is the best one for her.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, could you tell us what Mrs. Rothberg's biggest pet peeve is?
Right now, me interrupting her class to find stuff that I forgot to pick up. The move has been very challenging for us, and then going into her room and looking for stuff, interrupting her class, and then not being able to find what I'm looking for. Yeah.
So, do you know, for Mrs. Rothberg, what her least and favorite subject to teach is?
Her favorite subject to teach is probably astronomy. No, not astronomy. No, not astronomy. Weather. Meteorology. Mm-hmm. So, because she's a meteorologist, that's what she studied. Her least favorite, I don't know if she has a least favorite.
Got that.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think she has a least favorite, but I think she likes the science ones better, and I think if she could teach a meteorology class every year, she would.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What would you say Mrs. Rothberg's favorite science experiment is?
Anything that has to do with electricity. If it's electric, she's got it.
Okay.
So, when Mrs. Rothberg retires, what do you think she would do after teaching?
She'll probably travel, because she and her husband, they go to Israel every year.
Okay.
That was really cool.
So what do you think she should do after teaching?
I think she should travel. That's what.
That's valid.
Mm-hmm.
I think so. We would love to introduce Mrs. Rothberg. She is also one of the science teachers here at HEP. She teaches JTT 8 and 10, middle school sciences, as well as marine bio.
And classical school.
And classical school. My bad,
Mhm.
Miss Rothberg.
No.
Okay. So, Ms. Rothberg, this interview will be different than most interviews. It will be a best friend quiz between you and Mrs. Red. So you will be answering all of these questions about Mrs. Red.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
So, first question is, how long have you known Mrs. Red?
I would say 14 years or so. Yeah.
What would you say Mrs. Red's favorite hobby is?
Her ceramics right now. She's doing pottery and all.
Now, this may be a tricky question. It was a tricky question for Mrs. Red, too. Do you know Mrs. Red's favorite TV show?
I have no clue. No, I have no clue.
This one will either be easier or more difficult than the last one. Do you know Mrs. Red's favorite restaurant to eat at?
Well, she lives in another part of town. I don't know the restaurants over there. It's got to be some sort of Chinese food place. I have no idea. Sorry. Is that good? Okay. What was her favorite band?
Yeah, what was Mrs. Red's favorite band? It can either be in the 70s or it can be any era if you want to.
I don't even know what bands there were then. I'm sorry.
You're good.
Does she know what my favorite one was? Because I have no clue what bands were in the 70s or the 80s.
Yes.
Does she guess?
Mm-hmm.
What's in the 70s? I have no idea. Was the Doobie Brothers then? I don't know.
Well, there's in the 70s there was a Michael Jackson.
Oh, come on. Did she like Michael Jackson? I don't think so.
Okay.
Prince was there, wasn't he? Elvis? No.
Elvis was 70s, I think.
Okay, never mind. I don't know.
Okay.
Okay, sorry. How many oh.
Next question. How many grandchildren does Mrs. Red have?
I think she has 4. I think her, yeah, 4, I think.
No.
Oh, no. Okay, go ahead.
No, I was about to ask. Can you name all of them?
Her grandchildren?
Mm-hmm.
She's got one, I think, named Lily. No, is it Lily? I do not know the name of her grandchildren.
That's okay.
I hear her saying it, but it's just, I don't know. I'm not very close to her at all, am I?
Okay. Can you name Mrs. Red's pets?
Yeah, she does have a couple little miniature dachshunds, and she's told me their names, and I'm not very good with names. So, but I do know that one of them really old, and she takes real good care of her little miniature guys. Okay.
So, if Miss Red had one superpower, what do you think she would have?
Her superpower?
Yeah.
Is there somebody who is really good with remembering and knowing stuff? Is there any superpower that's like that?
That's the intellectual.
Intellectual one.
Intellectual.
You know who I'm talking? I don't. It's like
Yeah.
somebody's got that. I think it's her.
Yeah.
Man, yeah, I think it's her.
That and photographic memory.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy. Yeah.
Okay. What would you say Mrs. Red's biggest pet peeve is?
Probably the same. Okay. We're so alike when it comes to stuff like this. Probably when people don't do their work. Yeah. Yeah.
It's a good pet peeve.
It's a big pet peeve. Picking up after themselves, that kind of thing.
Now, this is maybe an easy question. What do you believe Mrs. Red's least and favorite subject to teach?
Her least favorite is botany. Yeah, she doesn't like to teach that one. I think she really does like to teach chemistry. Yeah, I think she really likes the chemistry. She gets really excited with that when I overhear her. Yeah.
What do you think Mrs. Red's favorite science experiment is?
Anything that she's doing. It's like, I think when she gets with a Chem 2 and she's doing all her distillation, and when she's doing that, I think she really likes doing that. Maybe even cutting up the cats. Might be one of her favorites as well.
That's
Yeah.
like a good science experiment.
Yeah.
So, what do you think Mrs. Red would do after she's done teaching?
I think she's going to continue to work with students. I think she will never give that up, and she's involved that already in her church, and I think she'll do that. I think she'll take care of her grandkids and continue doing that. Yeah, I can't see her slowing down. Yeah.
It's a good time.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do you think Mrs. Red should do after teaching?
I think she should continue doing that because I think she's got the personality that's going to need to continue to use that brain and the teaching ability that she has and her mentoring of students because I think she does that. And I think she needs to do that even if she doesn't do it. And I know she will, you know. I don't think she's going to sit home and eat, watching TV and eating bonbons. She doesn't have that personality.
So, Mrs. Rothberg and Mrs. Red, I would just love to personally thank you for deciding to do this interview for us. It really spices up the podcast and makes it fun for the viewers.
Well, thank you. We're the R&R, aren't we?
Yes, we are the R&R.
You guys are the science duo that everyone talks about.
Yeah. I don't know what everybody is, but they're talking about us.
We have a
Scary
question.
thought.
Okay.
We have one question we ask in every podcast interview.
Mm-hmm.
What is your secret talent?
My secret talent. I don't know. I have a secret talent.
See, we don't have any secret
I
talents.
don't have a secret talent.
We can have all our talents out there just for everyone to see.
Yeah.
Does everyone else have secret talents?
Robert Coggins said his secret talent, I think it was playing with his band.
Okay.
What
I
was
don't do
his
stuff like that.
band?
Miss Bowling? Oh, it was bowling.
It was
Mrs.
Miss
Jones
Jones
was
said bowling.
That's right. She is in a bowling league.
Is she really?
She is.
Oh,
See, I knew that about her. You guys did not know that about her.
Okay.
I don't think any of my things are secret.
I don't either.
That's the thing. I don't think I have any
Just
secret
what's
things.
a fun fact, like a talent you can do?
My fun talent now is I've learned to do ceramics. I can throw a pot.
What I tell you?
I can throw
She
a
just
pot.
learned how to do a lid.
I learned how to do a lid. I was showing pictures yesterday. They are so cool. Just
See,
saying.
we do know a few things.
Just saying.
Well, I have a secret talent as far as it's not secret because I get to use it, and I do play piano and organ and a few other instruments that most folks up here do not know I do that. Okay, so yeah, I can sing a little bit too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So before we end this interview, do you guys have any stories about each other you guys would like to share?
Is this when I'm supposed to do the story?
You tell that story.
All right. So, my husband and I were on a cruise, and we were in Roatan, Honduras. And my husband did not want to go shopping with me, so he sat on a bench, okay, and waited for me to come bring all the stuff I was buying. And he was sitting next to a man, and they're having this wonderful conversation together. And they both find out that they're ex-military, and so there's this bond when you've been that way. And then when I come up, my husband introduces me to
George.
and he said, we have a lot in common. We were both in the Air Force, blah, 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 blah. And he says, well, my daughter is a homeschool teacher in the Houston area. And I said, oh, really? And so, make a long story short, I realized that it's Mrs. Red he's talking about. Okay, and I said, oh my goodness, I teach with her. And so this was your dad.
My dad.
Yeah. Is on the cruise with us.
Yeah.
And they were taking their grandson, and they said they did that. They took each grandchild on the cruise, and it was just like, what a special man her dad was. And my husband was just taken with him. But anyway, that was a cool story.
Yes.
We sent a picture to her.
Yeah, I have a picture of it.
Yeah. So that's a special story.
It was very cool. It
Yeah.
was very cool.
We have just interacted with one another for so long, right?
Yeah. I was gonna say, yeah. We have interacted with.
We can complete one another's sentences,
Yeah.
right, Shaw?
Yes, we can. Okay, so how long have we known each other?
I think it's about 14 years.
Is it
or
14
so.
years?
Yeah.
I thought it was 12. I thought it
About
was
12, 13,
12,
or whatever.
13,
Well, I was
14,
still
something.
working in another place, but
Yeah.
that's
Okay.
when I did the music cap, and she was the science teacher. Yeah.
Yeah.
Always been the science teacher. Yeah. We have another story. We were actually working on STEM. Remember that one?
Which one?
When we were at La Madeline.
Oh, yes.
We were having a ball.
Those poor,
We were working on our STEM summer camp, right? Having a great time. You know, talk about what we were going to do and just enjoying one another's company. And we had our computers out and everything like that. This older man, even older than us, came over to the table and he said, "What are you guys doing? You're having too much fun." We said, "We're talking about what we're going to do in the summer."
Yeah, we're talking about our school stuff for the summer, and you know,
Having a great time.
Yeah.
See, you guys don't know that we have a good time doing this.
I was going to say, yeah, our STEM summer is going to be a lot.
She's
of
already
fun.
talking about this summer.
We're doing superheroes. We're doing superheroes. So you guys want to come join us for superheroes? We'll even have yeah, you can come help, Chase. I'll take your help if you want to.
Okay.
So, but before we close out the interview, I would just obviously like to thank you guys one more time for doing this. It means a lot to us. You guys made this interview very fun. So, a lot of laughs. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you to Mrs. Red and Mrs. Rothberg for being on the podcast.
Thank you to everybody for tuning in to the 5th episode of the HEP Podcast, and we will talk to you soon.